Biblically Centered Kids.
Hello and happy Sunday to everyone out there. Today is March 31st, 2024, and my name is Mr. Johnny. And I am so happy to be here with you on this Easter Sunday. How's your Easter weekend been so far? Any big plans going on for the rest of your day? Or are you listening to this after all your festivities have already wrapped up and now you're just wanting to wind down? Well, either way, I'm happy that you're here. And so like I said before, today, of course, is Easter. And this is the day each year that we get to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And this is a cornerstone, the cornerstone celebration and belief of our faith. And I hope you really had some time today to celebrate with your family and your church family. And maybe you might have had some chocolate along the way too. Who knows? And speaking of Easter candy, how do you feel about Peeps? Do you know what Peeps are? They're those little bird-shaped marshmallow molds with the sugar coating on the outside. I know a lot of people don't like them, but a lot of people love them. And some people just think they're okay. I tend to fall in the just okay category. In my opinion, they're much cuter than they are tasty. But weigh in on the discussion. What's your opinion on Peeps? And we have a biblically centered birthday today. Today we're celebrating Camden Marie turning 1 year old. I know, 1 year old. She's probably not like an avid listener, but she is my niece. And it doesn't get any better than this little baby. Let me tell you, she's super cute, super sweet, and always makes everyone smile who's in the room with her. So we are super excited to celebrate her birthday today. Happy birthday, Camden. Okay, time to move along to our draw along. So for this draw along, we're going to do it a little bit different than how we normally do it. Normally, our draw along has something to do with one of the stories we've discussed during the week's episodes. But since today is Easter, we're going to do a little special Easter draw along. So we're going to draw a picture of the 3 crosses and the empty tomb. So take this time, if you haven't already, go get your supplies. And for your first draft, remember, I recommend drawing with a pencil. So if you'd like to erase it, you can. And then once you get your picture in a spot that you like, you can color it in. So take the next few moments and go get your supplies. All right, are you guys ready? We're going to get started with our draw along. So I'm going to be doing this drawing in the portrait positioning of our paper where it's lengthwise up and down portrait. So like I said, we're going to be drawing the 3 crosses and then we're going to kind of position them on a hill. Okay, so to start in the middle of my page, to kind of separate the top and the bottom of the picture, I'm just going to draw a curved hill. So you can kind of start in the middle of your page on the left and just do a little curve up for a hill and then meet it back down on the other side. And that gives us our hill. So now I'm going to draw 3 crosses, okay? So right in the middle of the hill, I'm going to draw my first cross. Okay, and we're going to draw the cross going up. Do you know how to draw a cross? It's like a T. So I'm going to draw it going up, and then where the arms of the cross going out on each side, and then the middle going up just a little bit shorter. Okay, so that's my first cross. And then to the right and the left, I'm going to draw 1 cross on each side. But to kind of give it a little bit of dimension, like they're a little bit behind this cross, don't make them quite as tall. Make them a little shorter. So same way, but just a little shorter. Both sides. Okay, you got your crosses? Perfect. All right, so we have our 3 crosses. And now just to give it maybe a little bit of background behind these crosses, I'm just going to draw maybe on the hill just some bushes kind of going up and near the crosses. Some bushes. And then I'm going to kind of draw a mountain range behind it. So just kind of start on the right and just kind of draw some mountains or some hills behind the crosses. Okay. And you can just draw some jagged lines on those hills just to give them a little bit of dimension. If you want to do a little bit of shading, you can. But just drawing some hills behind the crosses just to give a little bit of a background. And then I'm going to draw some rays from behind the hills. So just straight lines from behind the hills to kind of make it look like there's rays behind the crosses. All right. So right now, I have my 3 crosses with some bushes around them and then a few hills behind them and some rays coming out behind the hills. Okay, so that's the top of my drawing. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. So right underneath, I want to write, He is risen. Okay, so right underneath the crosses on the hill, I'm going to write, He is risen. So I'm going to spell it out for you, okay? So on the left, H, E, He. So that says He. And then is I, S. So He is, and now risen is R, I, S, E, N. So now underneath the crosses it says He is risen. Okay? And now right underneath He is risen, we're going to draw the empty tomb. So I'm just going to draw an arch right underneath where it says He is risen, kind of like a half circle. And that's going to symbolize the empty tomb. Okay. And now since the stone has been rolled away, we're going to draw the bed in there, but the empty bed. So it's really just a rectangle. So on the left side of your arch, you can just draw a rectangle coming out as if it's like a bed inside the room. You don't have to give it dimension, but if you want, you can. You can just draw a rectangle coming out. And you can draw a little cloth on top of it as if it's like, cloth that was on Jesus' body, but now He's gone. And then just draw a line underneath the base of the tomb. You can kind of draw some shadows back there just to kind of show that it's like a dark room. Okay. But now the stone is going to be rolled away. So next to the room, a little bit below it, I'm just going to draw a big circle stone symbolizing the stone that was rolled away. Okay. And you can draw some squiggly lines on that just to make it kind of look like a stone that's been rolled away. And then you can draw some bushes around, maybe around the tomb. You can draw some bushes. Okay, and now I'm going to draw a path, kind of a wavy path coming from the tomb. So on each side, on the left and right side, you can draw like a path coming out. Okay. So right now, I have the hill in the middle with the 3 crosses on top, with hills behind them just to give a little dimension and rays behind that. Okay, maybe some bushes up there, whatever you want. You can draw some clouds if you want. And then underneath that, it says, He is risen. And then underneath that, I drew the tomb with the empty bed inside the tomb, maybe with some bushes to the left and the right here and there, with a path coming out from the tomb. And then also the big round stone to the right of the tomb that's been rolled away. All right, that's what I have for my photo. What do you guys have? How does yours look? Need to add anything else? If it looks a little empty, you can add some rocks if you want. Does it look good to you? Is there anything you want to change? Once you have it in a good spot, feel free to get yourself some crayons or markers or colored pencils or whatever you want and come back and color it in, make it colorful and bright. Well, I hope you enjoy doing this draw along. It's okay if your picture isn't perfect. We're on a journey of growth, which means, you know it, mistakes will happen. But I hope this picture serves as a reminder of exactly what Jesus did for us on the cross. He came and lived a sinless life and died on the cross for our sins. And then 3 days later, He rose from the grave. And He did all that for us to give us the ability to be made right with God. And now that we believe in Jesus, we're overcomers. There isn't a temptation we can face that God won't give us a way out. All we have to do is ask Him. And God is with us all the time, and He has a plan and a purpose for each and every one of us. And I really hope you enjoyed doing this draw along with me today. I know I had a good time, and we have another fun week starting tomorrow. So have a great rest of your Easter Sunday. Until next time.